it's AK with the AK Theorem Advice Show, here for another round of questions this week. I hope everybody is doing well, and we are all prospering in our journeys forward in this life. So let's get started with this week's questions. We have a couple pretty big ones. So let's go. Ready? Okay. I have a friend who keeps making plans to hang out, but then cancels. This is like the third time. I want to make myself available because I love her to death, but I mean, come on, what should I do? We'll talk to your friend and ask them what's up. What is getting in the way of what it is that you guys are wanting to do, just hanging out at home or going out to an event or whatever the case is. If, depending on how they answer, if there isn't really an issue, they just can't seem to, get their schedule tacked down, you can be as available as your own life allows you to be. Keep doing what it is that you need to do for you in your life, accomplishing the things you need to accomplish. And when that person says, okay, I'm finally ready, and if their ready time, interferes with something you already have planned, well, hey, you're not available. We can't conform our life to everyone else's schedule. We won't get anything done ourselves. I definitely have encountered this a few times with folks where they say we're going to hang out, they're going to show up, and they just don't, or they don't even bother to send a message and say, hey, I have to change plans. And just kind of think about it from their perspective as well, of if they have to change plans again, maybe they're feeling insecure about saying something to you, like, oh gosh, they're going to think I'm a flake, but things keep coming up. So just give them some grace, some space to figure themselves out. If they show up and and are ready to hang out, and you have other things that are scheduled, then that's it. Other things are scheduled at that time, and you'll find a better time together. And they have to put in as much effort as you are putting in if that friendship is really a true friendship. Okay, it can't be one-sided where you're doing all the work and you're bending over backward to adjust to their schedule. They have to understand that you have a life too, and you have things going on too. All right, question number 2. My son is about to turn 18. Should I let him know that I no longer want to see him? I mean, he's not my responsibility anymore. When we have children in our life, they are a lifetime responsibility. Now, when a child turns 18, legally they're an adult and are responsible for their own stuff. Now, getting up to that age of 18, are they fully prepared to be on their own? Can they make it day to day on their own? Have they been given the tools to make it on their own? Having kids is a lifetime responsibility. They will always need their parents at different points of their life. And hopefully, as they've grown up, we have given them the tools and resources to make good decisions, responsible decisions, and confident decisions, so that way, when they are 18, they can go out on their own with confidence and be a positive impact in the world. And you know what? We are not infallible ourselves. We fall down, we need advice, we need help. And who do we go to? Sometimes it's our parents, sometimes it's a friend. But I know as a parent that I will always be available for my kids when they need something from me. So I'm not going to answer this question as is. Because that's, I mean, that's my answer. It's a lifetime responsibility. We need to prepare them to live on their own, but always be ready to support them how they need to. And you know what? They may come back and say, hey, I need $100 for this. Okay, well, all right, well, what happened? And still, we're always their parent. We're always their parent. I personally don't believe in this. Well, I want to be their friend and their parent. You're their parent. You're their parent. It doesn't mean that you have to be unkind or anything like that. But your role is very defined as their parent. You can never just be their friend. It's not possible. So, with that, I'm going to go ahead and move on. My friend looks anorexic. I just know he is starving himself. What should I do? First, I would look up a bit generally about anorexia. And the main parts of it that I'm talking about are what psychological portions are involved with that particular issue. It can be anywhere from extreme insecurity, self-confidence issues. It can be control. There may be some things going on in their life. Everything else may seem out of control. So the amount of food that they consume could be the one thing that they control. And so we don't want to approach our friend, because if you have a concern about a friend, they're your friend. Talk to your friend. Talk to each other. But we don't want to approach them in a judgmental way or in an accusatory way, because you're not going to get a good response back from them. They're going to close down and they're going to think, oh, this is the next person that doesn't think I'm good enough or thinks there's something wrong with me. That's just... Sorry about that. It's like, oh, I don't want to keep coughing. So, understand what anorexia is, and all the psychological portions of it that could be involved with the situation, and approach them with care and love. And not care, be careful, but care because you give a crap about them. Compassion, and listen. Listen to what it is they're saying, and the main problems will show themselves if they're open to talking about you. But also be ready for a defensive response at the beginning. It could happen. A defensive response could happen, so just be there, be their friend, talk to them, and but if it's got a hold of them strong enough, professional help will be needed for them to overcome their issue with their food intake. So, talk to them with love and care. Do you think people who leave bad reviews are mean? I mean, shouldn't they maybe have sent a private message to let the person know instead of blasting them all over the place? As far as supervision goes, you want to praise in public and punish in private. That's what we say. If it is somebody that you know well, then I would say private message them and say, hey, this came off this way, or whatever it is the feedback is. Now, in general, I don't have much use for feedback that doesn't have some kind of solution attached to it or alternate method attached to it when somebody wants to bring me an issue. If you bring me an issue and you have no alternative way of addressing it, what am I supposed to do with it? You know what I mean? Now, as far as reviews go, I hope, which I know it doesn't happen, I hope that people will have tact. You can absolutely get your message across and have tact. So, are they being mean? Sure, yeah, in some ways, you know, depending on the language that they're using. If it's directed very, like, the kind of in an argument. You think about an argument and it's like, well, you and you and you and you do this. Well, the person that's reading or receiving that message is going to get really defensive. And they're going to stop listening to what it is you have to say. You're going to start to lose credibility as a person delivering a message when we kind of attack. So, are they being mean? Yeah, in a way they're being mean. And it's not necessary. It's not productive. If you're going to publicly post a review and it's a more negative review, have tact and have a solution. If it's something that is that really, was really personal to you, or you know them personally, I would say send a private message. And then you can have a conversation. The thing about it is you can't really have too much of a conversation in these huge forums, because then everybody else chimes in and then people kind of get goaded. So if you want to really address the solution, send a private message. But for anybody else giving a review, we all need feedback as human beings so we can grow and learn. But we are going to receive those best when they are tactfully delivered and there is a solution or alternative method of addressing a situation that's attached to that message. Okay. This one's funny. Question number 5. Do you like pumpkin spice? It seems like it's that time of year again. I do like pumpkin. I do like the fall spices. Will I have a pumpkin spice drink? Sure. I think they put like 4 pumps of the pumpkin spice mix in your drink, and it tastes like chemicals to me. So I asked them to just put 1. Like if I do go to that very popular coffee place, I'm going to get a venti Americano with 1 pump of vanilla, and then the rest of it with room, so you can put half and half. That's how I drink. We'll order a drink from there. So, there's my coffee order. I like pumpkin pie, and I like the spices, because those same spices are used in my favorite cake, which is carrot cake. So, yes, it's that time of year. It's not my absolute favorite. I will have a pumpkin spice drink if I feel like it, but otherwise, I don't drink the pumpkin spice Kool-Aid that much. Alright, question number 6. I am a well-paid financial broker. I'm quitting. I'm done with all of this stress. I want to buy a food truck and to set off to feed the world. What do you think? Am I doomed, or am I following my dream? Well, first of all, who am I to give you any opinion of what I think? Anyway, where I think you'll be doomed, since you're asking, where I think you'll be doomed is if you don't use all of that financial broker education to get yourself set up correctly, so you can go off and feed the world. So what can you do with all that education you have, being a financial broker, and the funds that you already have? How can you arrange those so you aren't doomed and you don't sink all of your money in one place? What kind of insurances do you have set up so you're not more worried about money and you can focus on the product and getting that going? No, you're not doomed ever following your dream. Because if it's a dream, then that means that you're going to be happy inside doing what it is that you want to do. But don't forget, you have other experience that can set you up on a good path. Knowing how to use your money, knowing how money works in general and how it works within the different systems, so you can keep yourself funded And any of the money that you do make, have your money work for you. No, you're not doomed. Live your dream. All right. Question number 7. Oh my. Do you really think we have white supremacists in this country? I'm going to answer this question with a definition. Supremacist. Noun. A person who believes that a particular group, especially one determined by race, religion, or sex, is superior and should therefore dominate society. Supremacism. Ideology which holds that a certain class of people is superior to others and they should dominate, control, and subjugate others, or are entitled to do so. I believe there is supremacism in this country. I believe there is supremacism in the world. I believe there's supremacism in cities and in households. If you look at the definition, supremacism, ideology which holds that a certain class of people is superior to others and that they should dominate, control, and subjugate others, or are entitled to do so. Supremacist, a person who believes that a particular group, especially one determined by race, religion, or sex, is superior and should therefore dominate society. We talk about these things in general with control, on the subject of control, whether it be within relationships, households, towns, cities. There is, yes, that's all I'm going to say for that question. Yes, there are people that believe those things and they act them out. And to take it away from the question of white supremacists in this country, I'm not going to talk about one group or another. There is supremacism across many levels and it has many faces. And we could call it domestic violence, male or female. It's somebody thinking that they can control others or that they are better than others or they have the right to impose what they believe on others. So yes, it is real. Question number 8. Oh, thank goodness for this question. If you could be anything, what would it be? If I could be anything, it would be to be happy. That looks different to everybody. Now, if I could be anything like a superhero, I'd want to be able to fly. For sure. What would you be? If you could be anything, what would you be? If you're watching the video, comment below. If you could be anything, what would you be? I would be happy. And I have my own definition for it. Question number 9. Do you ever feel completely defeated? What do you do? I'm feeling completely defeated right now. I definitely have felt completely defeated. And what defeat looked like was I wasn't sure of what my next move needed to be. And I wasn't sure who to ask or who to trust at the time. There was a lot of stuff going on in my mind. Being completely defeated also looks like having a hard time getting going and getting started on tasks, getting things done. I think it's Mel Robbins who says that motivation is BS. It's just bullshit. And that, nobody wants to get up and work out. Nobody wants to do the dishes. Nobody wants to do those things. You just have to get up and do it. So I go back to her 5-second rule a lot when I feel this way. But things need to get done. What you do is you learn how to take breaks. not quit. That is something I still work with. I don't completely quit, but I'll put it away for quite a long time. And then I have the little rolling thoughts of, oh, I should do this, I should do that, I need to do this. And it's just a roller coaster that you don't ever get off of. So learn to take breaks. Learn to meditate, journal, calm yourself down, scribble out a plan, and figure out who you can talk to. Figure out who is doing what you want to be doing, and see if you can talk to them. Or if it's a more famous person or more well-known person, like a public figure, what have they done? Kind of research them, so you can get on the same type of path, and get going again. Being or feeling defeated doesn't mean that you've died. Okay, it just means that you may not know your next move, and once you've had a moment to collect yourself and feel the defeat, then you remember that you're a powerful being, and you stand up and you get moving forward. Because nobody's going to live your life except for you. So that's what I do, is I take a moment and then I get up and I get going. And I do it on my terms. So you can do it. I believe in you. Remember who you are. Get up, dust yourself off, and get going again. Question number 10. What is your favorite remedy for a common cold? Well, for this one, I did consult my book, The Essential Life. And for myself, I use essential oils. And I go to essential oils first. So I'll consult the book. And the main ones they have for common cold are the On Guard Immunity Boosting Blend, black pepper, which is a warm or hot oil. So black pepper, Breathe is a proprietary blend for the respiratory system. Thyme has an effect on the respiratory system as well. It actually works really great when you combine it with Breathe and rub it on your chest. It's like it melts the mucus inside. That has always helped me. I've had pneumonia and bronchitis in the past, and that has helped me a lot. And I don't have to have I haven't had to get antibiotics the last couple of times that I've had either pneumonia or bronchitis. And then it has yarrow in here. So for the common cold, again, I use essential oils first, and if it is not getting any rest, drink tea, take hot baths, but rest and stay home in general. I mean, I know what's going on in the world right now, but in general, good practice. If you're feeling sick, stay home, rest, take care of yourself, so you can get back out there and get going. So one last thing. Sorry, I didn't want to just end it right there. There's another combo called Flume, and it's good for like flu type symptoms. That's something that we teach about, and it is frankincense, lemon, On Guard, oregano, and melaleuca. And you can take all those oils internally. You can put them in a capsule, or you can mix them in a glass of water, and you can take that mixture a couple of times a day. And the different oils each have their helping properties, and can help the body heal itself or improve its situation. Sorry, I have to watch out for my language. So it can help its body heal itself, basically. If you want to know some more information about that mixture and what each oil does, I can definitely get you that information. Or if you have any other questions about cold remedies or any other remedies, I have lots and lots of lists of how essential oils can be used to help your body be its best. So, alrighty, you guys, that was 10 questions, some ranging from fun to very serious. I always love feedback. If you have more questions, please send them to me here at the Sister Show or at aktheorem@gmail.com. I also am on Instagram at aktheorem, and I am honored that you have joined me this evening, and I appreciate your time, and I always appreciate your questions. Take care of yourself, and be happy.